Space was quiet. Not the normal kind of quiet, but the deep, heavy silence that made even advanced machines seem nervous. Far from any star system, a massive alien fleet arrived out of hyperspace. One by one, then hundreds at once, the ships appeared, like dark shadows against the stars. Their metal bodies were huge, sharp, and covered with glowing weapons. There were 1,000 alien warships. They formed perfect lines, each ship placed with exact distance. This was not just a fleet, it was an execution force. Wherever this fleet had gone before, civilizations had ended. Inside the command ship, alien commanders watched their screens with calm faces. This region of space was marked as weak. No defenses, no allies, no threat. Then an alarm sounded, a small one. An officer looked again, confused. Single contact detected, the officer said slowly. The commanders turned their heads. One? The fleet leader asked. Yes, one ship, the officer replied. Human design. The room filled with low laughter. 1,000 ships. And one human ship. The fleet leader leaned forward. Confirmed, no escorts. Confirmed. No escorts. No hidden signals. Just one. The laughter grew louder. Humans were known in the galaxy. Brave, emotional, and reckless. Their ships were decent, but nothing special. They relied on numbers, alliances, and desperation. Sending one ship alone was either foolish or strange. Bring it on screen, the commander ordered. The image appeared. The human ship was smaller than most alien cruisers. Its shape was simple. No bright lights, no heavy armor plates on the outside. It looked almost old. The alien commanders felt relaxed. Open a channel, the fleet leader said. Let us end this quickly. A message was sent. Human vessel. You are surrounded by the United Fleet of the Zarkel Dominion. Power down your weapons and surrender. Seconds passed, no response. The human ship did not turn away. It did not speed up. It did not slow down. It simply stopped. That was the first strange thing. Alien ships never stopped in open space unless damaged. Humans usually tried to escape or talk. This one did neither. Another message was sent, louder and sharper. Human vessel, respond immediately. Still, nothing. Some commanders began to feel uneasy, not afraid but curious. Then, after almost a full minute, a response came. One short message, no images, no emotion. You should have stayed away. The room went silent. That was the second strange thing. No threat, no fear, no demand, just calm words. The fleet leader narrowed his eyes. Arrogant, he said. Prepare weapons. Fire on my mark. Across the fleet, power levels rose. Cannons charged. Missiles armed. 1,000 ships aimed at one target. This would not even be a battle. It would be a lesson. But before the order to fire was given, something happened. All alien sensors blinked, just for a moment. 1 second. Then 2. Screens filled with static. Range data vanished. Target locks broke. Officers shouted in confusion. Scan error. Navigation unstable. Target signal fluctuating. The human ship was still there, but its readings were wrong. Distance changed without movement. Energy levels dropped, then spiked, then vanished. How is this possible? One commander asked. Recalibrate. The fleet leader snapped. The systems came back online. The human ship was still there, still silent, still waiting. The fleet leader raised his clawed hand. Fire. 1,000 alien ships released energy, beams at once. Space exploded with light. The beams crossed the darkness, tearing toward the human ship, but the beams passed through empty space. The human ship was gone. Gasps filled the command room. Where did it go? Someone shouted. No warp signature, another officer said. It didn't jump. Then a calm voice spoke from the sensors station. Sir, it's behind us. The commanders turned. On the main screen, the human ship appeared perfectly intact, drifting calmly behind the alien formation. No damage, no rush, just waiting. The alien fleet scrambled to turn, but 1,000 ships could not move as one quickly. Orders overlapped. Engines fired in confusion. And then, the human ship did something even stranger. It sent another message. This is your last warning. The fleet leader felt something he had never felt before. Uncertainty. Why? Would one ship warn 1,000? What did he know that they did not? The human ship's surface began to glow faintly, not like a weapon charging, not like shields. Something else, something unknown. Alien scanners tried to read it. They failed. For the first time in many battles, the alien fleet did not feel powerful. They felt watched. The human ship stayed silent again, and in that silence, the aliens began to understand. This was not a mistake. This was not bravery. This was confidence. And whatever the humans had brought with them, the galaxy was about to remember it. The alien fleet moved in confusion. 1,000 ships tried to turn at once, but space was not kind to large formations. Some ships drifted too close. Others moved too slow. Orders were shouted across command channels. overlapping and unclear. The human ship did not attack, it stayed still. That made the situation worse. The alien fleet leader stared at the screen. "Lock all weapons on that ship," he ordered. Fire in controlled waves. Weapons charged again. This time, carefully, the first wave of energy beams launched. The human ship moved. Not fast. Not slow. It simply shifted position, sliding through space as if space itself bent around it. The beams missed, by meters, then kilometers. Alien targeting systems struggled to keep up. "Adjust firing solutions." Officers shouted. The second wave fired. Miss the third wave. Miss. The third wave? Miss again. The alien commanders began to feel anger replace confusion. "It's only one ship," one commander said. "Hit it." But hitting it was the problem. The human ship did not move like alien ships. It did not follow straight lines. It did not leave engine trails. It did not obey expected rules. It moved like it already knew where the weapons would fire. Inside the human ship, the bridge was calm. The captain stood with hands behind his back. He did not shout orders. He did not rush. Crew members spoke in quiet voices, reading data that flowed smoothly across their screens. "Enemy firing patterns confirmed," one officer said. "Prediction accuracy?" the captain asked. "Over 98%. The captain nodded. "Proceed." Outside, the human ship vanished again. Alien sensors screamed warnings. Multiple false signals detected. Target splitting. No target multiplying. On alien screens. The single human ship became many. 5, 10, 20. Dozens of human ships appeared across the battlefield, all giving the same energy signature. The alien fleet panicked. Which one is real? They're surrounding us. Is impossible. The fleet leader slammed his claw on the command platform. "They are decoys. Focus fire." But the weapons did not agree. Targeting systems locked onto different ships. Beams crossed each other. Missiles chased false signals until they ran out of fuel and exploded. Li. Then the human ship attacked. There was no loud blast, no bright explosion. One alien cruiser simply stopped. Its lights went out. Its engines died. It drifted helplessly. Then, another cruiser went dark. Then a third. Alien officers stared in shock. "They're not destroying us," one whispered. "They're disabling us." Fear spread quickly. The alien empire believed in overwhelming force. Destroy the enemy. Leave nothing behind. Humans were doing the opposite. Find the source. The fleet leader shouted. "Scan for weapon emissions." The scans returned nothing useful. The human ship was not firing visible weapons. Instead, it released small objects, tiny machines, no bigger than missiles. They spread silently, invisible to most sensors. Drones. Hundreds of them. Each drone carried a weak signal, harmless alone. But together, they formed a web around the alien fleet. The drones attached to hulls, slipped through vents, entered systems. Alien ships began reporting failures. Power fluctuations, navigation offline, weapons not responding. The human ship reappeared again, closer this time. So close that the alien commanders could see details on its hull. Marks, scratches, old damage repaired again and again. This ship had survived many battles, and it had learned from all of them. "Why didn't we know about this?" one commander asked quietly. The fleet leader said nothing. They had studied human ships, but they had never studied humans. They believed humans were weak because they fought among themselves. They never understood that. Humans learn fastest when they suffered. The human ship sent another message. "You're reacting exactly as expected." That message broke something inside the alien commanders. Expected? This entire battle planned? The human ship moved again, passing between alien vessels like a ghost. It did not rush. It did not chase. It controlled the field. Another alien ship went dark, and then two more. The fleet leader realized the truth too late. This human ship was not here to win fast, it was here to teach fear. "Order retreat," the fleet leader said at last. The word echoed through the command room. "Retreat." The alien empire had not retreated in generations. Engines fired as ships tried to pull back, but the drones were everywhere. Now navigation systems failed. Jump drives would not activate. Space itself seemed closed. The human ship stopped once more, directly in front of the retreating fleet. It sent one final message for this moment. "You studied our ships. You never studied our wars." The alien fleet was silent, disabled. Ships drifted like graves. Weapons were useless, and the humans had only just begun. The alien fleet was no longer a single force. It was a broken shape in space. Ships drifted in random directions. Some had no power. Others had power but no control. Command channels were filled with panic, overlapping voices, and silence where answers should have been. The human ship moved slowly through the chaos. It did not rush. It did not celebrate. It observed it inside. The alien command ship. The fleet leader watched helplessly as status reports collapsed into failure messages. Weapon control lost on 73 vessels. Jump drives unresponsive across multiple squadrons. Communications failing fleet-wide. The fleet leader felt something heavy in his chest. This was not defeat yet, but it was loss of control, and control was everything. Regrouped, the fleet leader ordered. Form defensive clusters. Protect the command ship. The remaining active alien ships tried to obey. They moved closer together, creating tight formations. Weapons were powered manually where systems allowed. If they could not strike, they would endure. That was when the human ship disappeared again. Alien sensors struggled to track it. Then it appeared inside the defensive cluster. Inside, no ship should have been able to enter without being destroyed. But the human ship was there quiet, steady, and untouched. The alien gunners fired in panic. Energy beams flashed past the human ship. Too slow, too late. The human ship released something new. Small lights drifted outward, like stars. Not drones, something else. The objects spread, then stopped, hanging in space. Alien scanners tried to read them. The readings made no sense. Then the lights began to move. They passed through alien shields as if the shields were not there. One by one, alien ships reported sudden system echoes. Multiple contacts inside the hull. No physical breach detected. Systems responding to unknown commands. The human ship was not attacking the hulls. It was attacking inside the ships. Entire control systems began to loop old commands. Doors opened and closed. Power systems turned on and off. The aliens were fighting their own ships. The fleet leader understood. Now humans did not overpower. They invaded. The human ship sent no messages. It did not need to. Fear was speaking loudly. Enough. Then the first alien destroyer exploded. Not from a human weapon, from its own reactor. Forced into overload by conflicting commands. The explosion was sudden and violent. Debris slammed into nearby ships. Panic exploded with it. More alien ships suffered the same fate. Not many. Just enough. Enough to prove the point. The human ship drifted past the wreckage, untouched. Inside the human bridge. A tactical officer spoke. Psychological threshold reached. The officer said, "Proceed to Phase 3. The captain replied calmly. The human ship's hull shifted. Panels moved. Sections rotated. The ship changed shape. Alien sensors tried to adjust, but it was too late. The ship was no longer just a vessel, it was a platform. A field spread outward wide and invisible. Alien ships inside it felt sudden pressure. Gravity changed. Up, became down. Mass multiplied. Large alien cruisers struggled to move as their own weight crushed internal structures. Hull alarms screamed. Artificial gravity surge. Our ship mass is increasing. Structural failure imminent. This was human technology the galaxy had never seen. Not because it was new, but because humans never shared weapons born from desperation. One by one, alien ships lost control. Some broke apart, some collapsed inward, some simply froze, unable to move. The alien fleet leader watched in horror. This was not a battle, it was a demonstration. A lesson carved into space. The fleet leader opened a channel, ignoring pride, ignoring protocol. "Human vessel," he said, "we request ceasefire." The human ship did not respond immediately. When it did, the message was short. As the gravity field faded, silence returned. Alien ships that still had power drifted helplessly. Over half the fleet was disabled. Many were destroyed by their own systems. And the humans had lost nothing. The human ship moved closer to the alien command vessel, close enough that the fleet leader could see his reflection on the screen. Fear written clearly across his face. The human ship finally sent a longer message. "You came to erase us? You brought overwhelming numbers. You believed we would break. We learned long ago that survival requires adaptation." The alien fleet leader said nothing. There was nothing left to say. The human ship began collecting its drones, pulling them back like ghosts returning home. But it did not leave. Not yet. The human ship turned its weapons, not toward the fleet, but toward space itself. Energy built along its hull again. Something larger was coming, something final. The alien fleet did not understand what was about to happen, but they felt it. And for the first time in their long history, the alien empire truly understood. Humans did not fight to win battles. They fought to make sure their enemies never tried again. The alien fleet waited. No one fired. No one moved. Broken ships drifted in silence, caught between fear and confusion. The human ship stood at the center of it all, calm and untouched, like a judge who had already decided the outcome. Inside the alien command vessel, the fleet leader watched energy readings climb on the human ship. "This is it," one officer whispered. "They are preparing a final strike." The fleet leader said nothing. His mind raced through every battle the Empire had ever won, every world taken, every enemy crushed by numbers alone. None of those memories helped now. The human ship was not building energy like a weapon. It was doing something else. The space around it began to change. Stars behind it bent slightly. Light curved. Distance felt wrong. Alien sensors tried to measure the effect. They failed. What is happening? An officer asked, his voice shaking. The fleet leader answered slowly. The humans are rewriting the battlefield. Inside the human ship, the bridge was quiet but focused. The captain stood near the center, watching a three-dimensional map of space. The alien fleet appeared as red marks, broken and scattered. Field alignment complete, an officer reported. Anchor, point stable, another said. The captain nodded. Begin containment. Outside, invisible lines formed in space. Not walls, not shields, rules. The space around the alien fleet became heavy. Movement felt slow, like flying through thick liquid. Engines struggled. Turning took effort. The human ship had locked the battlefield in place. This was the human secret. Humans did not always build bigger weapons. They built control. The alien fleet leader tried to order a retreat again. Engage emergency. Jump, he shouted. Nothing happened. The stars did not stretch. Space did not fold. They were trapped. The human ship sent a message, broadcast on all frequencies. This field will hold for 6 standard hours. No reinforcements can enter. No ships can leave. 6 hours? For a broken fleet. 6 hours might as well be forever. The human ship did not attack. Instead, it waited. Minutes passed. Then something worse than destruction began. Alien ships started losing internal coordination, crews argued. Command structures failed. Some captains panicked and fired blindly, hitting their own allies. Others shut down completely. Choosing silence over fear, the human ship watched. This was part of the plan. Humans understood something the alien empire never had. Fear spreads faster than weapons. The human ship moved slowly from ship to ship, sending short pulses of energy. These pulses did not damage hulls. They erased data. Navigation charts vanished. Weapon codes disappeared. Battle records were wiped clean. The alien fleet was being forgotten. What are they doing to us? An officer asked the fleet leader. They are removing us from history. The leader replied quietly. The human ship approached the alien command vessel. This time, it stopped close enough to open a direct visual channel. The screen filled with the image of a human. Not armored. Not angry.com. The human captain looked directly at the alien fleet leader. You came here to send a message, the captain said. So did we. The alien leader swallowed. Why spare us? He asked. The human captain answered without hesitation. Because destruction teaches nothing. He raised one hand, and the image behind him changed. Scenes appeared: old human wars, burning cities, broken planets, lost worlds. We learned through loss, the captain continued. We survived because we adapted. The alien leader said nothing. You believed strength was numbers, the human said. We believe strength is understanding the enemy. The channel closed. Outside, the containment field tightened slightly. Not enough to crush, enough to remind. The human ship powered down its visible weapons. That was more frightening than firing them. The alien fleet was helpless, and the humans were done proving their point. The human ship sent one final fleet-wide message. Remember this moment. Teach it to your children. Do not test us again. The containment field slowly began to fade. Systems returned. Engines came back online. The alien fleet leader felt relief and shame. They had faced one human ship, and they had been defeated without being erased. As the human ship turned away, preparing to leave, the alien leader realized the truth. The humans had not won a battle. They had won the future, and the galaxy would never see. Then the same way again. The human ship turned away slowly. Its engines glowed softly, not in escape, but in quiet control. The alien fleet watched as the containment field faded completely. Space returned to normal. Movement felt free again. For the first time in hours, the alien ships could leave, but none of them moved. The fleet leader stood in silence, staring at the human ship growing smaller on the screen. Should we pursue? One officer asked, his voice weak. The fleet leader did not answer right away. Pursue with what strength? With what courage? More than half the fleet was disabled. Systems were damaged. Crews were shaken. Even the ships that could fight felt wrong. The alien leader finally spoke. No, he said. We let them go. The words tasted bitter. As the human ship drifted farther away, something unexpected happened. An alarm sounded. Not a warning, a report. Sir, an officer said, long-range sensors detect incoming data bursts. The fleet leader frowned. From where? From the human ship. The data streams reached the alien network instantly. Screens across the fleet activated. Battle footage appeared. Every movement, every failure, every moment of panic. The humans had recorded everything and they were sending it outward. "Stop it," one commander shouted. "Block the transmission." They tried. They failed. The signal did not use normal channels. It bounced through quantum relays, old communication nodes, forgotten probes drifting between stars. The message spread faster than the alien fleet could react. Across the alien empire, worlds began receiving the transmission. Governors watched, in disbelief. Military leaders froze in silence. Citizens stared at screens showing their great fleet broken by a single human ship. The message ended with simple words. "This is what happens when you underestimate humanity." The alien fleet leader felt something crack inside him. Their greatest strengths had just been taken from them. Worse, it had been turned against them. The human ship vanished into deep space, but the damage it left behind remained. Back in the broken fleet, systems slowly came back online. Repairs began. Crews worked in silence, avoiding each other's eyes. No one celebrated survival. They had not survived. They had been spared, and that was worse. A junior officer approached the fleet. "Leader, sir." "Orders from high command." The leader took the message. It was short. "All offensive operations against human space are suspended. Effective immediately." The fleet leader closed his eyes. Too late, the Empire had already shown its weakness. News spread quickly through the galaxy. Other species watched the footage. Some felt fear. Others felt respect. Many felt relief. The humans were not conquerors, but they were not prey. The alien fleet began its slow return home, not in formation, not in pride. Ships limped through space like wounded animals. Along the way, alien crews talked in quiet voices. They spoke of the human ship that moved like a ghost. They spoke of weapons that did not destroy, but controlled. They spoke of the human captain who looked at them without hatred. That memory haunted them most. The fleet leader stood alone on the command deck. He replayed the moment when the human, had warned them. He should have stayed away. He understood now. It was not a threat. It was advice. The human ship had not come to defend territory. It had come to defend an idea. The humans would never again be seen as weak. As the alien fleet crossed into their own space, they received one final signal. It was not a message. It was a marker, a single human symbol, placed silently in open space near the border. Not a weapon, not a base. A warning. The alien fleet leader ordered all ships to mark the location as forbidden. "No fleet crosses this point," he said, ever. The officers did not argue. They did not need to. Across the galaxy, the story spread. One human ship, 1,000 alien ships, and an empire that learned regret. Too late. But the story was not over yet, because the galaxy was watching, and humanity was about to speak not with weapons, but with reputation. The galaxy did not forget. The battle footage spread across star systems, translated into hundreds of languages. Worlds that had never heard of humans now knew their name, not as conquerors, not as victims, but as something far more dangerous. Prepared not. Neutral stations, traders paused to watch the recordings. Military academies replayed them frame by frame. Analysts searched for weaknesses and found none they could explain. One question echoed everywhere. Why did the humans send only one ship? In human space, the ship returned quietly. No celebration. Waited for it, no crowds, no banners. And that was not how humans honored victories. The ship docked at a remote station. Repairs began immediately. Engineers worked without asking questions. They already knew the importance of silence. The captain submitted his report. It was short, mission complete. Deterrence achieved. Elsewhere, alien empires argued. Some demanded revenge. Others demanded peace. All of them feared repeating the same mistakes. The alien empire that had sent the fleet fell into chaos. Commanders were removed, doctrines were rewritten. Their greatest weapon, numbers, no longer felt safe. Every time a fleet gathered, someone asked, "What if the humans send one ship again?" Borders shifted, not because humans expanded, because others moved away. Trade routes changed to avoid human space. Not out of hatred, out of respect. The humans said nothing publicly. They did not boast. They did not threaten. They simply continued living, exploring and preparing. That was what truly frightened the galaxy. In quiet meetings, leaders spoke of humans in careful tones. "They do not fight to win," one said. "They fight to make sure they never have to fight again," said another. Years passed. The story became legend. Children on distant worlds learned it as a warning tale. Do not measure humans by their numbers. Measure them by what they survive. The human ship was eventually retired, not destroyed. Preserved. That became a symbol, hidden from public view. A reminder of a single truth humans learned long ago. When pushed far enough, humanity does not break, it adapts. On the edge of known space, a new alien fleet paused near a familiar marker, the same symbol the human ship had left behind. The fleet stopped. Scanners showed no human ships. No weapons. Just empty space. The fleet commander hesitated, then gave the order, change course. The fleet turned away. No shots fired, no words exchanged. That was humanity's victory. Not a battle won. A war avoided. Far away. In human space, the captain looked out at the stars. One last time, he knew something. The galaxy was slowly learning. Humans were not the strongest species, they were not the fastest, they were not the largest, but they were the most dangerous when underestimated, because humans remember, and they make sure others remember too. The galaxy had tested humanity once, it would not do so again.